Howdy. Hello.
Hello. For the people, this could be one of the more chaotic,
Probably.
or it's just gonna be confusing.
There's a lot.
There's too much.
This could go down several roads.
So introduce yourself. How would you like to introduce yourself? Welcome back to Spilling the Tea. This is Tahera for today.
I'm T, also known as Kenny.
How would you like to introduce?
Depends on where we're going.
I know. Just all of them. Just do all the things.
Lifelong friend of Sydney's, newlywed, drag show host, producer, DJ, human resources, manager for a large retailer.
Businessman.
There's several titles.
We shout them out. What if you don't work there one day?
I can't for the time being.
We can't. Big retailer.
So
yeah, a lot of things to unpack there. I'm here in town. He's here in town. We both don't live in town, but we've reconvened in town because newlywed. Kenny got married last weekend.
Last Saturday. 420.
On 420.
For those who know.
If you know, you know.
If you get it, you get it.
Shout out to the drag queen who did your cameo.
Kendall Gender from Canada's Drag Race Season 2.
Kendall Gender.
Yep.
She was like, I don't know if the date was intentional. I thought that was so funny.
Kenny Jen looking like a slice.
Yeah. That was adorable. I love that. That was so cute.
That was probably because we had just gotten that message I got dropped onto Cameo that someone had shared a video with us. And it was like, wait, this is a cute little thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
And it came anonymously. It didn't tell us who got it.
You don't even know who did?
No.
Oh my gosh, I would have never thought to do that. Was so smart.
I was like, wait.
I forgot that.
Y'all must have really knew.
Yeah, that's cute. No, that was a good idea.
It was fun.
Yeah. We're outside.
Yes, we definitely are. The sweat down my back says so.
Yeah, it's gonna be a spicy one. I probably look like a glazed donut.
Same. I just covered my friend Paul the Pimple that made a visit. Oh my gosh, a bug.
Like a nice bug?
I don't know. It's off of you now.
Yuck. So yeah, we're here. And where do we start? How was your wedding?
Honestly, it was great.
Was it the best day of your life?
One of them, yeah, but it's very much in the top two.
One of my biggest emotional days.
You did cry a lot.
I cried more than I anticipated. And then once I started, it just wouldn't stop.
No, literally, it was like once your son had exited, it was just a waterfall.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a trigger. I just wanted him to be there for the whole thing, but 2-year-olds can't party.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely what the evening was.
Yeah.
And the day/night/morning before.
That's what we were talking about. Like, it went so fast.
I was talking to my husband's cousin about it literally yesterday because we just went through the guest book.
Yeah.
And read everybody's messages.
Which I forgot to sign.
Which the entire wedding party did.
Whoops.
On both sides.
Whoops.
So it was just like,
busy.
So we're good. Busy.
And in Pittsburgh, running around, and it was distracting.
I went to bed at 6:30 that morning.
The morning before the wedding.
The morning of.
And I thought that I stayed up too late, which was around 3.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I slept for 2 hours. I'm like, you're insane.
And then woke up and made you all breakfast.
Yeah, if I get married again, I need to sleep a full 12.
I will say though, waking up, 3 liquid IVs, then making breakfast, I was good.
Yeah, shout out to Liquid IV for holding the weekend together.
Shout out to Debbie for providing those at rehearsal dinner.
Oh my God, she gave us the cutest little bottles of water with a little note on it. And
it was a Frank Sinatra quote, I believe.
I have it in my purse. And it was a Liquid IV for everybody. Hold on. I have it. I literally have it because I'm like, when I get home.
Shout out to the mother-in-law.
Yeah, she did this.
Freshly. We are 8 days into being married, and I can't say much has changed since we've lived together for the last 3 years. Besides, we bought a car. We have a dog. Doesn't feel too much. Just the last names are now the same.
Yeah, you guys already were basically married.
100%.
I have 2 souvenirs. So this was on the water bottle that was at the rehearsal dinner for all the bridal party. I feel bad of people who don't drink when they wake up in the morning. That's as good as they're going to feel all day. Frank Sinatra.
And when I say when I woke up in the morning, I did not feel the best.
No.
But
And
it did
then
get me together.
these adorable little, what is this called? Like a,
It's a bottle opener.
no, like
Wedding favor?
favor. That's what I was thinking of. Thanks for being a key part of our lives. And it's like a heavy duty key that could probably open someone's door. That's also a bottle opener, which I didn't realize.
It is very convenient.
Yeah.
Because you can put that on your key ring and nobody would ever know.
Yeah, it's just a key. Nobody knows.
100%.
How would they know?
How are they going to know? Nobody's going to know. We're
So,
just here.
Yeah. Okay. Where now? Where to now?
Depends on what you want to talk about.
I
Depends
know,
on
I
if you want
don't
this to
know.
be business, if you want it to be fun, if you want it to be both.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the business goes, I cannot wait for you and Devin to like go all in on that.
I mean, it's not even like it's something that's on the back burner. It's just,
It's happening.
it's happening, and things kind of move in silence, especially with non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah. You're working with big names, but also like he just graduated. You're both working full time. Like,
Oh yeah, like he graduated December 15th with his degree in biochemistry.
yeah, like
So
what even?
he's the brain and I'm just present. I'm the voice, he's the brains.
It's a good way to put it.
And I mean, now that the tours happened, like we're able to talk about working with the designers for Madonna's world tour right now. I believe it's the Celebration Tour, and dressing for Bob the Drag Queen and the dancers from the show.
Yeah.
We collaborated with the Pittsburgh business known as Nails for Queens, who was also involved in the wedding party.
For the wedding. I wish I had them on me. They were so cute.
I found one of Olivia's on my floor. Shout out to Liv.
Shout out to the bridal party because we were the best and hottest bridal party.
It was honestly a really good time, especially all of the love that was just kind of like poured into it.
Yeah.
Even though like speeches, all of mine were off the cuff. None of it was planned or prepared.
Yeah, I was disappointed in myself for that. I literally have it printed off and it's in my car right now, but I forgot to bring it to Pittsburgh. So once I got up there, I was like, I had a speech and now I don't. So here you go.
But it's still like delivering things off the cuff. Like for me, it's a lot less stressful, and I would have rehearsed it way too many times.
Yeah.
To where I much rather enjoyed being up there and just delivering things directly from the heart.
Just give it random.
Which
off the dome.
And especially because then if you have something prepared, you can't change that.
True.
And with everything between like Friday and decorating, then rehearsal dinner, and then my bachelor party, and then the wedding the next day.
Yeah.
It was like, there was a lot that I feel like I wouldn't have been able to put in if I had prepared it prior.
Yeah.
And the efforts from everybody like really showing up, you know?
Yeah.
Like you drove 8.5 hours.
Yeah.
Jake and Madison, Gina, Anna, they all drove 4.
Again, for what was like the fastest wedding of my life.
Yeah.
We just had so much fun that it felt like it was 35 seconds long.
100%. I mean, ever since the wedding,
before I knew it, everybody was leaving, and I was like, wait, I didn't eat enough.
I mean, there's still more food.
I didn't eat enough, nearly. I was so excited about bread and pastas, and I didn't eat as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, I mean,
my biggest regret.
But it was just, so we had the speeches, and then we went straight into having the drag show with Calypso, Dixie Sherwood, Andy Warhol.
Is there any other wedding in the world that has had drag performances?
Yes.
Okay.
So
they weren't on my radar.
It is honestly very common, but that was the thing. Like, we really wanted to open the doors and show, like, you know, we're from Toronto. We're 2 miles wide, graduated 48 in our class. How many people have seen a drag show, know what it's like, let alone to see somebody that they've known since they were 5 years old host one and be in front of them on the microphone?
It was an event mixed with a wedding.
Yeah, and it was like, but we wanted to show that, you know?
Yeah.
Devin's
what you guys
from
have been doing.
Right. You know, he's from Kerwinsville in the middle of Pennsylvania, but like an hour from State College.
Yeah.
45 minutes from another city. Like, not everybody gets to see that. And we really wanted to open that door for our life to be seen and it not be just traditional and standard.
Yeah.
Which I think we're the farthest from.
Yeah. Would have been weird.
So, exactly. I didn't want to do a first dance and have like all eyes on us when it's like...
I didn't even notice that. You didn't even do any of that stuff. Which,
none.
Like, I don't think I could. I don't think I could handle that like pressure of like everybody staring at me.
I didn't even want people to look at me while I ate.
Like,
hence why I ate 6 bites of food.
Like, what if you fall?
Oh, I know. I ate it at the end of the night. Someone spilled a lovely drink on the floor and down I went.
You slipped?
Oh.
I missed that.
Busted cheeks, baby.
I missed everything.
Like, it was hilarious. I mean, and then getting to do the little game that we played in between the sets of the show and just incorporating both sides of our small town communities and our friends and family, it was like, no, we want you to be interactive. We want you to see, like,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. That was funny. It was
like,
fun.
I will pull you out of the crowd at a show. Like, that is the intention, is to
Yeah.
get the engagement, get the involvement, and let people be silly and just
Couldn't
have their
been
fun.
me. I'm so awkward, but it was fun
Yeah,
to watch other people.
It literally was probably one of the funnest parts of the entire evening.
Yeah.
Because act a fool. That is the entire purpose.
And I didn't even know it was happening.
Mm-mm.
You like hid things from us.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Because
somehow with a full itinerary, start of day to end of day, I still didn't know things.
And it was in like 15 to 30 minute increments.
Yeah, there was not a thing missed. No.
But I am that way, you know, like the meticulous minor details.
Planned his entire wedding to a T. Everything.
19
I've never
months.
seen someone do so much. Like, it made me realize how much I can't. Like, I don't want to. Like, I guess that's why people like end up paying outrageous, because you hire somebody else to do everything. But like, I can't. I'd be so stressed with it being my own event.
I just couldn't justify paying like double the price for the same effort.
Well, and you like to know what's going on and be kind of more in control of the details.
Especially with how like it was an untraditional wedding reception. Like my aunt and I were just talking, it was more of a party and celebration.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do the traditionals, you know?
Right.
But it was
10-minute ceremony.
8 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah. So short and sweet, the way it should be.
Yep. Because again, just having those all eyes on us instead of celebrating us was the opposite. You know what I mean?
Awkward.
Like, we didn't want people just to stare at us. We wanted you to party, rejoice, and celebrate like the love that we've shared.
Yeah.
Since 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And we had that little hour storyboard out in the entry, and it literally went matched on Tinder, first date, moved in together.
Yeah.
And
straight to the point.
Shout out to Tinder. Thank you for finding me my husband.
Still crazy.
Yeah. And I was with like, I don't know if you guys got introduced, but I was with like Kevin and Jesse and Maya, Gabby. They were all at the wedding. And like I was with them when Devin and I matched on Tinder.
So they know.
They were there from the jump.
When you matched, were you like, this guy might be like the one? Or were you just like, oh,
so
cute little guy?
I had gotten out of a serious relationship in May of that same year of 2020.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corona.
That bitch.
And that part. And so I was just like, you know, on the apps, just navigating life as a young gay would at that point.
Seeing what's going on, what's out there.
And I had actually met him in June because we had a wild weekend where the bars opened. And I had gotten home from Virginia seeing a high school ex. After I had gotten out of that relationship, he was like, hey, I'm going to come get you. You don't need to kind of just like be up there going through it when the whole world is closed. And I had gotten back, and that same night, one of the bars that I frequented, doing shows and helping out, messaged me and was like, hi, we're having a party for your birthday. Get up here. I know you just got home. And so I went, and Devin was in full drag at the time. He was attending an All-Stars 5 drag race viewing party. And the entertainers that were at the bar he was present at were the ones that were doing the pop-up show for my birthday. And so they invited him to come. And we actually have a picture together that I don't remember because I was the farthest thing from sober.
You should have printed it.
And when we matched on Tinder, I identified him by his chin. And I literally messaged him. I said, the first message was, I know you. We have a picture together. And I sent it. And
I've never even seen this picture.
It's not good.
No? Okay.
I have an eyelash pretty much glued on my eyeball.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Happens.
You know what? It's good.
Happens.
Look where we ended up.
Yeah, you guys have settled a little bit.
A lot of it.
Quite a bit.
A lot of it.
Yeah, me and Kenny used to be wild children, and now we are adults.
Being in the South Side till 7 a.m, coming home. Every time it left the bar, felt like the walk of shame.
Yeah, I think the trips to Pittsburgh with you are what made me not want to drive a distance for anything ever anymore. Like, people are like, let's go here. And I'm like, how far is it? What's the parking like? I'm that old.
Walking the 3 blocks from your ruck to the car.
Just wouldn't even know how far we're going to have to walk, what the temperature was going to be.
Winter.
Nightmare.
So.
Yeah, we grew up.
But it happened rather quickly, and I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not too far from home, but I'm far enough to where I'm in my own space.
Yeah.
If people want kind of like the direction or like the guided tour and how to navigate to your safe spaces and your queer-friendly spaces. It's nice to be able to be in the big city closest to home where you can be that resource for someone.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to stay in Pittsburgh for a while?
No.
No.
I think like it's coming close to time to spread our wings and continue.
What's next? Where's next?
It's kind of our goal just to go to Vegas and be with the family and just kind of start life somewhere where it's not cold and your body doesn't hurt every day.
Yeah, love a warm temp.
But dry heat. Can't be humid and gross, so no Florida.
Yeah.
Absolutely no Florida.
I've never been there, but I'm ready. When you guys move there, I'll visit.
We'll be there in June, so.
Yeah, that's too soon. When you move there, I'll be ready.
Hopefully, like, it's in the 5-year plan to make our way.
Yeah, no rush.
Especially with him just graduating. We don't really want to move anything too quickly in case the career path would put him in a different area.
Yeah.
Because, you know, ideally we would be out there, but what's going to be the best for him in his future is primarily the focus.
Yeah.
As my job, I can go into 19 different countries if I want to.
Right, right.
So.
What's the drag vibe like down there?
In Vegas?
Yeah. Amazing, I'd imagine.
It's very stripper inspired, very showgirl.
Yeah.
Big, bright, bold neons.
So there could be plenty of stuff for you guys to get.
100%.
I feel like once you move there, that'll probably be like the open door of like avenues.
Yeah, it would definitely open up some more. However, again, like being so close with Christy and Ava of Nails for Queens and like being around them and just seeing how they navigate their side of the more like business professional part of the entertainment industry has definitely brought a lot of new avenues.
Yeah.
In different ways of delivery. And I mean, just the two of them alone, they mean a lot to us, you know. I call Christy mom, you know, you hear her be called that, you know, from her children, and it's just like she responds to it, gets her attention faster, and she really does play like a motherly role. So our relationship grows deeper than business, and it's something that's irreplaceable.
Yeah, you definitely have all the connections as far as the things you guys want to do. You know, knowing all the people already that you know, and then it's just gonna keep. You guys are so social, and that's in that industry. Like you have to.
Yeah, I mean, especially you have to be a night owl too. And as I am getting older, it is getting a lot harder.
That's what I was gonna say. Like 5-year plan. Like, what do you guys want to? What do you want to be doing outside of just the day job?
Honestly, like I don't think I'll ever leave a day job.
Yeah, I like that stability.
I do like the stability, and I do like kind of the independence that I have. You know, being 25 and having 9 years into management already.
Experience.
I don't think I could ever just work on like a commission-based or irregular schedule.
Yeah.
So having that to kind of be my at-home busy time.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to be stagnant. I don't like to not have something to do.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to how far we want to go with the entertainment business and the involvement, it would really just depend on what route, Devin's career took him, what my job would take me on.
Yeah. Because,
like I said, I can go to 19 different countries. I can go to every state. And him, the same thing. He's a scientist,
You can go anywhere.
You're not a special type of scientist in Pennsylvania that you can't be in Maine, California. Yeah. If you know it, you know it. And if you're good at what they need you to do, you're a shoo-in.
Yeah, you're not limited.
So, like, the 5-year plan would honestly be, by the time I'm 30, we've talked about, like, we want to adopt our first child by then.
Yeah.
And we want to, like, in all actuality, start a full family. One of the biggest things I want to do is I want to be a dad.
Yeah.
I love kids.
Well, you are.
Yeah, I do have a fur child.
Yeah, you're
Maddox
a
Leroy.
dog dad currently. Don't discredit that.
No, but like I want the kid to like go to school and like I want to drop them off at soccer practice and
yeah, those things are different.
Yeah, I mean I can't take my dog to soccer. I can't go cheer him on at a game. But...
No, but he's equivalent to a toddler.
Oh, 100%. With how needy he is.
Yeah.
100%.
No, but he's an angel, and you guys are going to be great parents, and I'm excited for that. How many are you talking?
I want 2 to 3. Just depends on if we can settle on, are we going to have a middle child, or if we're just going to do 1 and 2.
Shout out to the middle children. I'm the oldest, though.
I know.
I'm the oldest I'm a generational difference from, yeah. What are you? Young?
I'm the youngest. After me, there wasn't a baby in the family for 8 years.
Yeah, like one of the youngest in the fam.
Yeah.
Besides the new gen.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I was the last one. Like, I was the last 90s baby in the family.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm.
But, like, other than that, you know, kind of the traditional, like, we want to own a home, you know, we want to be able to have somewhere to fully make it our own.
Yeah.
But again, that all comes in the decision of where do the jobs take you.
Right. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, how expensive it is to live in Pittsburgh, to buy in Pittsburgh, to buy a commercial building in Pittsburgh, anything like that.
I mean, it depends on what effort you're willing to put into it, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, Vegas can't be that cheap.
It's not, but the cost of living, I will say, is relatively
Reasonable.
very similar to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I have lived there all but 6 months since I've turned 18 years old.
Do you think you're going to get wild again when you move down there?
Probably not.
Feels like a place to just be wild.
I mean, I've been going so frequently because my family moved out there in probably 2006. So
Good enough wild times.
I mean, I had the year I turned 21 and I went out there was my Vegas time.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't do it forever.
No. I mean, but then you get out there and like you make friends and you meet people to where like, you know, going out there now, it's not like, oh yeah, let's go out there and just party. It's like, hi, there's actually a bunch of people I want to see.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful place.
It's absolutely beautiful.
There's so many things to do.
So many things to do, so many places to see, and you know, every time you go, there's something different.
Yeah, but when people talk about it, they're just like, Vegas.
You expect nightclub, DJ, disco, lights,
Yiddies,
cocaine, yiddies, booty, all of it. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. But that's really not all it turns out to be. You know, like one of my first times that I went out there, I went myself, my brother, and all of my cousins, both my mom's siblings and their spouses. We all went to San Diego and we all learned how to surf. So that is something that, you know, started me loving being out there.
Yeah. Is that your favorite place that you've traveled?
Vegas? 110%. Yeah.
Is it the farthest place you've traveled?
No.
Where is
San Diego. California.
Okay. So
like,
is that close?
It's like a 5-hour drive.
Okay. I've never been to California either.
But then, because like I said, we're going out there in June, and then for my birthday, we're going to Los Angeles for the day.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop at like Palm Springs and then just kind of like see all the spots and go.
Yeah.
Because Devin's also never been to California. And I can boldly remember a restaurant we went to when we went out there to learn how to surf that I have to take him to. Because I'm like, I've talked about it ever since I've gone.
What is it?
It's called A Taste of Italy. And it is right, like you get off of La Jolla Beach, which is where we would go to surf. And it's right down the main strip. And it's
delicious.
All Italian, and it's everything you could have asked for.
Italian place.
So, I mean, it's fun. And then, you know, August we're going to Baltimore because we're going to the National Aquarium and then going to go down to DC.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to take another trip closer to the end of the year. But that one's a surprise for somebody as a gift. We're taking somebody to the most magical place on earth.
Who?
To Disney.
Oh, you guys say that like she's gonna watch this.
She is. I told her that we were doing this, and she said, "So when did she post it? Will you send it to me?"
No, don't just send it to her next year. Oh, she'll love that.
Yeah. Or like one of her other dreams is to see New York City, like Rockefeller Center around Christmas time.
Yeah.
So it's either Disney or New York. Yeah,
we went to New York. It was like late November. It was beautiful, but the way we did it was a nightmare. We drove up in the morning and stayed all day and drove home at night.
No.
Don't recommend that. It was like a 6.5-hour drive. We were trying to leave. Leaving was the worst because it's like all these toll roads. Miranda, you know, our sweet angel, was driving us out, and mind you, her sister has lived there for quite some time, so she's like, you know, used to the areas more than the rest of us.
Right.
We left 3 times. We had to go through the same toll and pay $10 3 times in a row, and it wasn't till the second time that she was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So we just kept looping around, and then finally we got out, but it was like the most stressful thing ever. And then on the way home, we got a flat tire. It was a nightmare. Yeah, so if you're going to go, take your time.
I think we're going to fly up, honestly.
Sleep in a shack. I know it's so expensive. That's why people don't want to, like, stay overnight. That's why we were like, let's just make a day trip. No, that was naive. We were, like, 16.
Well, getting, like, my travel discounts and things through work. Like, I already looked at the hotel, and I think it's going to be, like, $300 for an entire, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
That's insane.
So.
Yeah.
And it's staying right at LaGuardia Airport, so it's not like it's going to be a
Yeah,
difficult
fly.
arrival.
That driving there, everybody's got bumpers on their car. Like, not bumpers. They have
I was going to say bumpers.
they have an additional,
like on the mail cars,
like
little
when
bumpers
you know
on the mail cars.
when you go play bumper cars.
Yeah,
those big old things they have on.
like the rubber black things.
The cars in New York have those. Just like
Love that.
most of them do, because they're like, I know somebody's gonna hit me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not for me. Get me out of here.
No,
we're squeezing in parking spots that cars shouldn't fit in. I'm like, this is madness.
just anticipating to Uber. Like,
yeah,
I don't like no subway, no nothing. Just put me in a car, get me there, get me home.
Yeah, someone who drives there regularly, because it's not for me.
I mean, even when we go to Vegas, every road is 4 lanes on each side.
No.
And I'll pay the $8 to Uber to the opposite end of the strip.
That's the only small town thing that that's never left me. I like parking spots, and I like less cars on the road.
It doesn't bother me to drive like out in Vegas, but I feel like the New York's a constant, because I feel like that's one of the most busiest places you could even think of.
Yeah.
Vegas, it's not hard to navigate. You know, everything's pretty much straightforward. You're in the desert. You can see everything.
Yeah. Is it flat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a place where, I don't even know how to word this. Like, if I had to live in New York or a big city or somewhere, even like somewhere like where you live, because you drive 5 minutes down the road and it's busy.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. If I was going to live in a city like that, I would have to live somewhere where I don't drive. I probably wouldn't even have a car.
I mean, there are a lot of people, like, I had a really good friend for the longest time. She lived in Pittsburgh, went to art school, and she never owned
everywhere.
A car.
Yeah.
It was Uber, it was bus, it was taking the T.
Yeah. I think I'd be scared to take a bus. You see videos of like buses and what's going on?
I honestly don't pay that much attention. I think
they know I'm scared, so they show me the content.
The ways of the world just kind of overwhelm, so yeah, I avoid.
And then I imagine like I have a child, like trying to bring a child on a bus.
Yeah, no.
Seems horrendous. I'd rather never have to go anywhere.
Especially because you have literally the sweetest child.
Yeah,
so
he
it's
can't.
like
he can't. No. The things that go on in the world,
that little baby on my wedding day.
My child was a ring bearer.
He was my ring security.
I had to walk him down though. And I was like, just hand Kenny the box.
Give him the box.
And he was like stiff armed. It was adorable though. Yeah, I was impressed.
In his little royal blue suit.
A baby in a suit was hilarious. Supposed to have loafers too, but they didn't fit. A little chunka. So Jordan's it is.
And it still worked.
It worked. He was feeling himself. Felt like a handsome little guy.
I mean, cycling back, I wouldn't have changed much of anything.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Everything went very well. I think I was like more nervous than you were.
Yeah, I mean, I literally was just like, hey, I'm seeing the same person I've lived with for over 3 years.
I don't know. It's like events that just I was like, Kenny.
Heightened emotions.
I was like, Kenny, I know something's happened. I couldn't calm myself down. And I was just like, I got in the car and then I got car sick. So right before the ceremony, I like almost barfed. I was like, this is a lot. I'm having a day. And so I think that's part of the reason it all just went so fast for me, because I was just so anxious the whole time. Oh, no,
it flew. Like, especially when we got to the reception, party, celebration, whatever you want to call it. It felt like that happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it was just thing after thing. I felt like it should have been like 4 hours longer. Then I would have been.
But it was literally 4 hours long.
That wasn't long enough.
No, I honestly was
needed more time.
This could have been a 6-hour event.
Yeah.
Especially just because, like, you know, we did the show and, like, Dixie caught everybody onto the dance floor to dance. We did the game. We did the second set. And then it was dance.
Yeah.
And so that left, like, an hour and a half of dancing that just, like, flew.
Yeah. Because then I was like, people are leaving? What? I was like, what's going on? It's over?
And
then we're the last ones. We're standing there at the bar. It was, like, 2 of us. It was like, oh. And
I left my vest and tie there. I had no idea.
Yeah, I left some things. I left my bouquet.
I have it.
Okay, so it's not left.
No, I have all of it. Did you take your shot glass?
I got a shot glass?
It was on your plate when we got there. I haven't gotten that far.
I thought that they were there because we were supposed to take a shot as a group.
Oh, we were, but
it didn't happen.
No, there was no way. Because every time I walked past that bar, there was fully either a shot of 99 bananas or a shot of Fireball.
There's so much alcohol there.
And
all I drank was beer.
Yeah. All the canned stuff flew.
I did try one of those drinks, though, because it was left on a table. Remember right before we left?
Uh-huh.
Whatever it was. I don't even know what it was, whose it was. But it was full to the brim. So I was like, nobody drank it. I'm going to sip it. And then what? An Uber picked us up?
I don't know.
And then we went to the bar?
I have no idea.
We got in a vehicle.
Yeah.
Of a sober man.
Yeah.
At the end of the night. And went to the bar. The bar who didn't let me bring my purse in. So we had to go put it in a car. It was like a whole thing.
The one that pulled over on the side of the road?
That was that?
Yeah.
I thought that was the night before.
No, it was we were leaving the wedding and going to 5801.
We had the worst Uber ever then.
And
it was the wedding night?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was the night before? We literally were on a freeway and this Uber, I forgot what happened. He accused someone of doing something that wasn't happening. Mind you, like, I had my window down. Things were going on. We were in public. There was other cars around us. And he was like, is someone doing this thing?
Is someone smoking?
Something? And we were like, what? And he literally pulled over on the freeway. You know that tiny little...
The little shoulder?
The little tiny shoulder. And it was almost to the point it wasn't a shoulder anymore. It was like at the very end of it. And he stopped there and turned his light on and is looking. And we're all in the back like... I'm sitting right next to him and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you don't think that you would know? I'm like, it was just so obnoxious. And then he just like didn't say anything the rest of the drive. Did he rate you bad for that?
No.
You should rate him bad. Because that was life-threatening. We were terrified.
I honestly forgot to go in and tip any of the Ubers from the entire
You'll
day.
Get there. He almost killed us. So he
and
should
then
be fired.
The Uber from the ceremony to the reception, I was just like, one word.
Ceremony to reception. He was cool.
Deodorant.
Well, we can't probably say this, but
edit this out.
We did some things that Uber guidelines probably wouldn't allow.
100% correct.
Actually, it wasn't Uber. We sat in the trunk.
Not we.
They don't know who he is. They never
we.
find him. He let us sit in the trunk. No, I sat in the front because if I didn't, I would barf. But
well, because I ordered the XL for 6 people.
You thought.
I did. I even confirmed for myself. And the guy did not drive the vehicle that was listed.
Oh.
And so when he pulled up,
he was like, sorry.
He's like, might be.
Well, and then you were like, we'll just do 3 and 3. We'll do another one. And I was like, no, we won't. I said, can they sit in the trunk? And we made the littlest, the 2 littlest in the party, squeeze in the trunk. And they were good. They had bottles of water.
Oh, they had fun.
Yeah, they were good. It was fine. We made it.
But like, even just like the silly things, I'm just like looking back on it, I was like, I couldn't have asked for anything different.
No, it was such a good day.
And everybody like really hit the theme when I said it's inspired by the Met Gala, just the formal, the elegant, but also come to party. Pictures. Like, genuinely come to party.
Yeah, 'twas a party. I hope when I have a wedding, it is that beautiful because it was a good night. Nothing went wrong. Well, nothing went wrong that we knew of.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
All was well to the eye until the party was over. Then some things went wrong, but
then there were some mentee bees.
When you wouldn't know.
I mean, but it was all genuinely like water off a duck's back. Yeah, there wasn't like
there was no fatalities.
No,
everyone was fine.
And it's just the one lesson that people can take is if you're having a bad day, do not project it onto others. Especially if you are representing an organization or a venue.
Whew. Yeah.
Things you don't do. That.
Yeah. Don't host places if you don't want people.
Right. And, you have to kind of keep in mind, like, you are a venue. You are holding parties, receptions.
Bar. Yes. Alcohol.
And think of a room of 120 people, over 75% of them drinking. Like,
you're lucky if only one thing goes wrong.
Right. And patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
But I would say, there was nothing done that damaged absolutely anything. There was nothing bothered or hurt.
Yeah, me personally, if it was like my venue, I probably just wouldn't be there. Let me just, Yeah. Well, I don't want to see what you're doing.
There's a contract for a reason. There's a deposit for a reason.
Yeah, everything's taken care of beforehand.
Right. Like, insurances are submitted, etc., by all of the outside vendors. So... Which, I have to say, shout outs to Shots with May. She kept everybody properly hydrated.
Yeah, shout out to her, the traveling bartender.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Served me my Busch Lights.
I sure did get Busch Light because you were there.
And other people drank it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
The
drink that
only
one.
thing that is left is Coors Light.
I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, there was a 30 rack.
They were hiding them.
They were right in the fridge beside your Busch Light.
I don't believe you.
Because I wanted to have you a backup dad beer.
They were gone.
Oh no.
There was nothing in the fridge.
I have a full
The fridge
case.
was empty though.
Really?
Yeah.
I had it all in there.
So
I wonder
was
if
like,
they
you
took
don't
it
have
out.
any like drinks left? She was like, no.
I have that full 30 rack sitting
I
on my
even
floor.
said, I was like, I think Kenny said there was more in the fridge. She was like, nope. I was like,
yeah, no, there should have been a full 30 rack in there. But I literally, like I said, every time I walked past the bar, there was a shot poured. So
we're such a beer town that people brought their own beer.
did they? I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, people brought beer because just in case.
I mean, I
never
don't
know.
I don't drink Mickey, so
Yeah. It's alright.
it was just.
No, 10 out of 10.
It was a lot. Would do it again for someone else, not for myself.
Yeah.
But
you can have a part in planning my wedding when we get there,
and I can take care of the whole thing after doing this. I feel like.
Shoo,
It takes a special type to be able to do it all.
Add it to the resume.
But you know, it really came through, and being so meticulous, you know, even thinking down to like my pens have to match my guest book. Everything has to be black, white, gold. The only pops of color are the maroon and the royal blue.
Yeah, we didn't even shout out the colors.
Yeah,
royal blue and maroon, they were beautiful.
All,
I should send. Hopefully, the pictures will be up by then. Put a wedding party picture right here.
Ding!
It's the most beautiful wedding party. The colors, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful together.
And the way everybody just like looked so good in the color, and the way the sky was perfectly clear. There goes my cup.
They let us do our own dress. Like we had the color, but we were able to do our own type of dress, our own style of dress, which I thought was fun because, you know, a lot of weddings, they put everybody in the same thing. And he was like, not everybody looks good in the same thing. So
no. Like when we were talking makeup, it was like, there's some girls who look great with like the big bold like eyes, you know, like when you do like the bold makeup, compared to Olivia, who does more of like soft glam, like doesn't do the bright, super bold eye makeup. And it was just like, do what makes you feel the most confident, the most beautiful, and makes you want to be a part of something like this.
Yeah, and you have to, because especially a day like that, you know, like you don't want people feeling out of place,
no.
feeling uncomfortable.
And as much as I love control about things and like over those kind of details, it's like, but it's not all about me in that moment. You also have to feel the best that you can to be able to fully and openly express those emotions.
Right.
If I tell you this is what you're wearing, this is how you look, this is what you're doing, what's that leave for you to be personable and like really let yourself shine through in a moment?
No, it was perfect.
There's just like, there was so much that could have happened that didn't. But the right things did happen.
Yeah.
You know, like there was plenty of room for error, but nothing really went down.
Good night. 10 out of 10. 9.9 out of 10.
Wouldn't get divorced to do it again, but
you'd do it again.
But I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, almost every night since, like when we've laid down in bed, I've been like, would you have changed anything? Did you get everything you wanted out of it? And he's asked me the same questions, and it's always the same answer. Like, it was great. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I mean, there's a whole life behind us.
We'll just have to do this.
Starting from Club Penguin.
We'll have to do this once a year.
Yeah. For the updates.
Yeah, the life updates.
And we should be able to, like, you know, insert Tahera.
Yeah.
Love her, miss her.
I know.
Wish she could have been here, but she has some great things happening.
Yes, I can't wait for you guys to see T again because they were supposed to do a pod last week while I was gone, and they did not do it. So it'll be a minute before T's back on, but just know she's thriving. She's not.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that sweet angel of a person.
Yeah, she is the sweet angel.
And she is the biggest cheerleader for anybody and everybody she knows.
Yeah, shout out to T. We miss you.
We miss you. I miss you. Hopefully see you soon.
But yeah.
I really can't think of much else. I mean, unless, like I said, we started at, first grade?
Because if I start, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, from Club Penguin to graduation to you married, me married.
We did those things.
Yeah.
But your marriage is going to last. Mine was just a silly little blip. Silly little. I just did a little thing. I didn't have a wedding, you know.
Nor.
We just pulled up and, nope, the sun's not gone yet.
No, it is not. She is brightly, boldly shining here in Toronto, Ohio.
Glistening like a donut.
That's how I feel like I look right now.
Glazed donut.
Working 3 hours in a garage and then sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
And I also sound like the cotton swabs and white glue girl from Joey 101.
I know we're both like congested, allergy, and something's wrong.
Happy allergy season.
How are you feeling about being home? How long are you gonna be here?
As soon as this is done.
You're leaving tonight?
Yeah.
It's wild.
I work in the morning.
I just hate driving.
There's nothing more than I like than my husband, my dog, my bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go home too.
Especially not right now. There's just
It's not the time.
no. And trying to put life back together after such a big event, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, would need like a couple weeks to recoup.
I'm
That's
still
what I'm like,
waiting.
people who go on their honeymoon like the day after, I'm like, what about all your things?
What about your house? What about
all
like
the stuff?
getting everything in there from your wedding? Like,
how tired are you after that? Like, I would need weeks.
I mean, our kitchen, our living room, and our sewing room is entirely full of wedding.
Yeah.
And we started on it yesterday because it's just been like, there hasn't been that, wow, I feel rested, let's get things done.
Yeah, no. Not yet. Give it some days, maybe some weeks.
Yeah.
So all right, anything else? Like, should you plug something? Do you want people to follow you?
I mean, everything's just K_Reese33.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok.
He won't be consistent with posting.
No.
But just follow him if you want.
I mean, you're more likely to catch me to post on Instagram than anything.
Follow him for the day that he does start posting things, because we'll get you back on
Once I can like get myself in a groove of having like content I feel like posting.
Figuring out what.
Yeah, because like my TikTok following, there's like 14,000 followers on there.
From a band.
Yeah. From a silly Bone Thug video. Shout out to Alex Rawson for writing that.
They loved the dance.
That I just really haven't utilized, besides when it's been an occasional like get ready with me. Just
random. Yeah.
Just because I get paid.
But follow him anyway.
I mean, it's fun. There's content on there. I post all of like the drag shows that we go to with the queens from Drag Race and the locals. I tag the local queens, the location, the date.
Get some behind the scenes with the queens.
I mean, it's a lot of fun, especially like in the entertainment world, like taking care of those things, because you have a backlog and you can be like, I've seen you this one, and like can reference it.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, I guess the tea's been spilled.
Did we spill it all?
I think so. I lost my cup, so I can't spill another drink.
Yeah, 'tis spilled. I don't know. Weird being back home, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have hardly looked away from you.
So quiet.
Very different.
Like, we're posted next to the police station.
Right there.
Like, it's so small.
Bottle of bubbly right there.
That I was like trying to show people the town, and I was like, you want to see where I graduated? I was like, oh, I already passed it. Like, there's one school I've passed it already. It's just like, you forget until you're like trying to like explain, and you're like, I worked here, and I worked here, and I was like, oh my god, have I worked every business in the town?
But it's also so hard to remember, like, at one point there was 4 schools.
There was. I went to 2 more of them too, but they've all
because we had S.C. Dennis, Carafa,
and we went to the
old high school. And then like Roosevelt's gone now.
There was another one down there too.
Down here.
Or is it still there?
Lincoln.
Is it still there?
Lincoln was torn down, and that's where like the basketball court and dog park and stuff is now. I went there as well. So from Lincoln to S.C. Dennis to
I went
Carafa,
to S.C. Dennis for a brief moment.
to the old high school, to the new high school. We went to 5 schools.
I know, but I just always forget all of those, and I'm like, this school. There's one I went there where we grad with 50. How many was there? 40?
48. And by the time we had graduated, 12 had already fully committed to the U.S. military.
And I graduated 10th in the class, and Kenny hates me for it.
0.00000001.
So you were 11.
Yeah, that being my spot.
So if they would have just did 15, we would have both been in there. And
you got me like a millionth of a point.
And I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it. And they were like, 10th in the class, Cindy Trosky. And I was like, huh? I did what?
How?
Yeah, because imagine if I would have put in effort, because I really just blazed through high school.
Oh, no, I didn't. Spanish killed me with everything.
I took 2 years of French, and that was a nightmare. But after that, I caught it back up. Things were all right.
Yeah,
a lot of study halls.
Listen.
As many as I could take. I didn't take a math my senior year because I took a college credit math my 8th grade, so I didn't have to take one my senior year.
Yeah, because we did the class with Coach Mitz.
Yeah, so to have no math my senior year, My brain was functioning.
If anybody talks to Rick Livco, just say my name and he'll probably have a meltdown.
Oh, I miss it. He was so sad. He was like, "Are you sure you don't want to take a math?" I was like,
when I walked in
like, "What do you
I can't even remember what class we had senior year. When I walked in there one day as a joke because I was waiting for band. And he's like, "You're not in here." And I was like, "Yes, I am." And he goes, "No, you're not. I would have got an updated schedule." And then the next day I walked in and I said, "I'm in here now." He goes, "You're not funny. Don't do it again." And then I handed him my schedule.
You were actually.
And I was actually in the class, and he went in the hallway and banged his head off the lockers.
He was like, "Yay!"
He goes, "Ah!"
No, he was one of my favorite, like.
No, 100%.
And I only had him like a year, but same thing. I would just pop in. That's what small schools are like. You just pop in and see your teachers when you teachers that you don't have. You could just go visit them in the middle of the day.
All of my time I spent in the art room, as much as I could have.
Yeah, or like if I was having a bad day, I'd just go like hang out with a teacher who wouldn't tell on me for sitting in their class and do something else.
The business teacher.
Yeah, we won't. The favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite. An OG.
One of them.
An OG.
And then the biology teacher really became a favorite of mine.
Which one? B?
Yeah.
B Money? Yeah, I still don't know if she loved me or hated me, but
I would say love.
I think it's right in the middle.
Because, like, our Bio 2 class really...
We were a problem, though. Like, it was...
You were. I was not.
I
was shy, quiet, and weird.
That stuff was hard.
A closeted gay.
It was hard.
In a small town.
Yeah. Yeah, she was also the cool teacher that was like, if you don't want to eat at lunch, you can come in my room.
And I was there every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
She was a safe space. But to the people she didn't like...
She was not.
Stay away.
Farthest thing from a safe space if she didn't like you.
She's like, I'll send you outside space.
Now they get to have class outside.
Space. Man.
They have a whole outdoor classroom.
That's ridiculous. Why didn't we have that?
I call bullshit.
We just hide in the library.
I never even was in there.
Why?
I don't know. I felt like I never...
You didn't take enough study halls.
I didn't have room. I had one study hall my entire 4 years in high school, and that was senior year for second period, and it was in the art room.
I had one every year.
Because we had art first period, and then I had study hall in there second.
Shout out to one of my jobs.
Iggy's Pizza, Pasta, and More.
I asked Kenny to bring me some slices. The only state you can get square pizza.
Sicilian style.
I mean, I'm sure there's more, but...
It's so hard to find it, like, up in the Pittsburgh area. Even though we're so close, I crave, like, a hometown square pizza all the time. There's nothing that beats it. But also, if you ever go West Coast, don't expect as good of Chinese food. It's not good.
No?
No. Like, West Coast Chinese is just bad. I shouldn't say that because it's such a generalization, but all that I have tried have not enjoyed as much.
Everywhere has its spots.
Yeah.
There's some real good Chinese in South Carolina. Like, real good.
Because we went whenever we were down there.
Oh my god, there's some real good sushi.
Shout out to Miss Doja Cat and the Scarlet Tour.
We went down there. Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about any of that. Kenny came and saw me in South Carolina for my birthday. We saw Doja Cat. My friends from Ohio. My Pittsburgh. All the people came down in one place. It was great. I had my South Carolinians with me, and we all went. It was beautiful. Shout out Doja and Icy Spicy.
Yeah. Whose merch was more expensive than Doja Cat's.
I didn't even see merch.
Yeah. Her sweatshirt was $40 more than Doja Cat's.
I was birthday in that weekend, though.
Yeah, to put it lightly.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say about it. So, all right. That's a wrap.